Hey there, Cosmic Warriors, and welcome back to another video. Okay, so in today's video, we're going to discuss the chart ruler in astrology. And I'm also going to give a quick tutorial on how to find your chart ruler. By the way, it is super easy. Now, I made a series talking about the different chart rulers years back. So on that note, consider this an updated version. Now, I also recently made an updated version of how to find your dominant signs and planets, so I'll link that down below. That video can go hand in hand with this one. All right, so on that note, I hope you find this one to be helpful. Let's do this. Okay, so first and foremost, let's go over a quick tutorial on how to find your chart ruler. So I'm going to be using astro.com for the purpose of this video, and so full credit to astro.com for their chart generators. So if you know your birth information, so looking at your time of birth, your place of birth, your date of birth, all that good stuff, type all of that in. And then once you've done that, select your name and then go to extended chart selection. Once there, choose your preferred house system. I personally prefer to use whole signs, so I'm going to select whole signs from the house system section. You can choose whichever system suits you, of course. Then just go to click here to show chart. So once you've pulled up your birth chart, over to the left hand side of your chart where it says AC, this is your ascendant, also known as your rising sign. I know most of you already know this here, so whoever watches my videos, you typically know this, but still, this is for those who are perhaps new to astrology and they want to know. So the planet or planets that rule your AC, so your ascendant, it is, or they are known as your chart ruler or your chart rulers. So here's the list so you can find yours. I'm just going to add it to this video to make it easier for you. But essentially, once you know your rising sign, you can locate your chart ruler pretty easily. So for example, using this chart, I have a Capricorn rising, and so Saturn is my chart ruler. I have Saturn in Pisces in the 3rd house. And then looking at my chart in real life, I have a Virgo rising. And so Mercury is my chart ruler. And I have Mercury in Aquarius in the 6th house. All right, so now you know how to locate your chart ruler. What does it mean? Well, the chart ruler is going to represent a major theme in your life, a key area, if you will. And it's also associated with your life path, with your journey, keeping in mind that the rising sign / the ascendant is connected with your life path. So on that note, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over each of the rising signs and give some examples of chart ruler placements. Okay, so if you have an Aries rising, this means your life path is associated with things like action, drive, motivation, physicality, sex, passion, starting things, aggression, defensiveness, anger, impulse, desire. You meet life by attacking it, and you see the world through a lens of initiation. So jumping right in and just being straightforward. So let's say, for example, your chart ruler Mars is in Leo in the 5th house. You are super expressive when you take action, you make an impression on others, and you demand attention. Perhaps a major theme in your life is giving generously to lovers or gaining admiration from them. You might be competitive on the dance floor, or you might possess a very strong personality. Then again, perhaps a major theme in your life is wanting to have a child, and so a goal of yours is to become a parent. Or perhaps it's about connecting with your inner child or looking at the things that bring you pleasure and happiness. Others might view you as boastful and as arrogant, but maybe you see yourself as an individual and as somebody who is capable. And quite frankly, you don't care what negative things others have to say about you. If you have a Taurus rising, this means your life path is associated with things like pleasure, money, materials, stability, security, self-worth, sensuality, comfort, beauty, harmony, and food. You meet life by easing into it, and you see the world through a lens of creating tangible results. So being steady and taking your time whilst being practical. So let's say, for example, your chart ruler, Venus, is in Gemini in the second house. You can be scattered when it comes to obtaining the results you desire. You can be in two minds about things, and you might have a challenging time focusing. Perhaps a major theme in your life is using your intellectual talents to earn money, which can help create the stability you seek. Or maybe a major theme is using your wit, using your charm to sell products. You might be skilled at marketing yourself, skilled at selling your talents to others. Others might see you as flaky or as unreliable, but in your eyes, you go where the wind blows, and you pick up on many different skills along the way. Now, if you have a Gemini rising, this means your life path is associated with things like fact-finding, writing, presenting, logic, speaking, information, education, humor, and reporting. You meet life by asking it questions, and you see the world through a lens of delivering messages. So being inquisitive and passing on information to others. So let's say, for example, your chart ruler, Mercury, is in Taurus in the 12th house. You might be quieter in comparison to other Gemini risings. You tend to be alone with your thoughts often, and you think in symbols. Perhaps a major theme in your life is using your imagination to create a song or a painting or a film or a journal entry. Whatever the case, you possess a creative and artistic mind. Then again, perhaps a major theme is creating a place of comfort and security where you can let out your innermost thoughts. Maybe you enjoy being alone, to wander and to just drift off. Maybe you find pleasure in a good book that places you in a whole new world. Others might see you as stubborn or as lazy, but you like what you like, and that's final. Now, if you have a Cancer rising, this means your life path is associated with things like sensitivity, belonging, emotional support, comfort, nurture, caregiving, homemaking, food, and parenting. You meet life by feeling through it, and you see the world through a lens of keeping your loved ones safe. So, being moved by your moods and automatically parenting others. So, let's say, for example, your chart ruler, being the moon, is in Capricorn in the 7th house. You might not be as naturally nurturing in comparison to other Cancer risings. You might not be as in tune with your emotions. However, do not get that mistaken for being unemotional or unfeeling. You are more stoic, and you might see certain emotions as impractical, but you still feel them. Perhaps a major theme in your life is giving practical support to your friends or to your partners, etc., especially when they are seeking some type of reassurance or they are going through something. Or maybe a major theme in your life is depending on others to tell you how you feel over validating how you feel. You unconsciously look to others to support you, and meeting your own emotional needs can be challenging. Others might see you as aloof or as rigid, but in actuality, you feel upset due to how disconnected you feel around others. Maybe you so badly want to relate and connect, but you feel blocked. Now, if you have a Leo rising, this means your life path is associated with things like self-expression, individuality, validation, applause, attention, aliveness, fame, fun, creativity, art, and children. You meet life by shining within it, and you see the world through a lens of making the most of it. So having fun and being playful whilst expressing yourself authentically. So let's say, for example, your chart ruler, this sun, is in Aries in your 9th house. You are loud and creative and passionate. There is so much that you want to learn about life and existence and about meaning, and you're continuously seeking knowledge. You are continuously questioning and asking the bigger questions. You're always seeking some type of higher meaning. Perhaps a major theme in your life is acting as a pioneering teacher. You are a huge preacher in this respect. Maybe you have a degree in philosophy or you studied religion deeply. Then again, perhaps a major theme in your life is traveling for sports or traveling for something athletic. Perhaps you possess very strong beliefs and you take a lot of pride in your beliefs. And you also possess a lot of pride when it comes to sharing knowledge that you know. Others might see you as pushy or as aggressive, but to you, you're just being honest. Now, if you have a Virgo rising, this means your life path is associated with things like health, wellness, routine, work, service, problem solving, helpfulness, editing, correcting, repairing, task management, and worrying. A lot of worrying. You meet life by analyzing it and you see the world through a lens of improvement. So picking things apart and seeing what needs polished up. So let's say, for example, that your chart ruler Mercury is in Aquarius in the 6th house. Like myself, you might come across as more eccentric in comparison to other Virgo risings. Perhaps your daily routines, they're always changing due to your new ideas and your sudden flashes of insight. Maybe you get caught up in mental loops where you feel as if you're stuck in your mind. Perhaps also you believe things that aren't actually true, suggesting an implication with your mental health. Maybe a major theme in your life is reinventing yourself at work or reinventing yourself when it comes to your health. Or maybe a major theme in your life is helping others as an occupation. Perhaps your occupation is astrology related or it's related to social work. Others might see you as quite strange or as quite unpredictable and as disruptive, but in your eyes, you have your unique way of doing things. Now, if you have a Libra rising, this means your life path is associated with things like harmony, negotiation, love, partnership, relating, justice, charm, fairness, feedback, exploring options, appearance, and compromise. You meet life by seeking balance and you see the world through a lens of fairness and teamwork. So cooperating and being observant and being conscious of others. So let's say, for example, your chart ruler Venus is in Sagittarius in the 3rd house. You might show love via your words. You might show appreciation via your words. For example, you might cheer your friends and your siblings on. And you don't hold back if you have something kind and thoughtful to share. You might eagerly engage in meaningful conversations and you can be easygoing during daily interactions. Perhaps a major theme in your life is sharing your wisdom and what you know with the world. You may be quite the teacher in this respect. Perhaps you may not even do this intentionally. Or maybe comedy plays a significant role in your life. Then again, perhaps a major theme in your life is creating a life with a significant other who shares similar beliefs. Perhaps you and your partner, you love to travel together or you learn more about the world together. Perhaps filling your mind with endless amounts of knowledge brings you happiness. Others might see you as exaggerative or as preachy, but in your view, you are eager, enthusiastic, and real. But then if you have a Scorpio rising, this means your life path is associated with things like intensity, change, transformation, rebirth, death, control, power, the occult, corruption, sex, and repression. You meet life by probing at it or probing into it, investigating it even, and you see the world through a lens of powerful impact. So reading between the lines and getting to the bottom of things whilst making moves based on you coming out on top. So let's say, for example, your chart ruler Mars is in Virgo in the 11th house Well, you're going to be very systematic when it comes to your actions when it comes to drive. This is to ensure your victory. And perhaps a major theme in your life is seeking a group or a club that is analytical and methodical. Maybe you are a part of a community that pays attention to details. But then let's say your other chart ruler, Pluto, is in Scorpio in the first house, along with that Mars energy being in Virgo in the 11th house. You come across as very sure of yourself. You possess an inner resilience and self-reliance. You do not take crap from others, and you possess a strong outer personality. This energy mixed with the Mars in Virgo suggests a major theme in your life connected with transforming within your communities. Perhaps you are continuously transforming when it comes to polishing up your skills. You are always improving within these groups that you are a part of. Others might see you as intimidating or as standoffish, but you see yourself as focused, as determined. Let's say then you have a Sagittarius rising. This means your life path is associated with things like growth, teaching, traveling, philosophy, religion, hope, optimism, expansion, increasing, indulgence, freedom, and generosity. You meet life by seeking adventure within it, and you see the world through a lens of opportunity. So exploring and gaining as many experiences as possible. So let's say, for example, your chart ruler, Jupiter, is in Cancer in the 8th house. You might openly share your affection and your support to those you are closest to. You might be openly vulnerable towards these people, but you must feel safe and supported before you do. A major theme in your life is creating a safe space for others to share. Maybe you often take a trip down memory lane as you think about all the amazing and wonderful experiences you've had in the past. Then again, perhaps another major theme within your life is being deeply sentimental. Perhaps you find it challenging to let go of the past, and at times you wish you could go back. Or quite possibly, you go through moments of sadness because certain things did not work out. Maybe you feel things very deeply, very heavily on a large scale. Others might see you as sensitive or as clingy, but perhaps they just do not understand your depths. Now, if you have a Capricorn rising, this means your life path is associated with things like structure, organization, boundaries, purpose, career, foundation, reliability, ambition, professionalism, and authority. You meet life by constructing it, and you see the world through a lens of utility. So looking at what tools are available to you and working with what you have. So let's say, for example, your chart ruler, Saturn, is in Capricorn in the first house. You are a very resourceful and self-sufficient person. Perhaps for as long as you can remember, you've had to be. You're always climbing towards a goal or towards an achievement. You are hardworking, you are dutiful. Perhaps a major theme in your life is disciplining yourself and keeping on top of things. You are responsible, you are ambitious, and you prefer to focus your energy on achieving. And in this respect, you come across as professional and as business orientated. Then again, perhaps a major theme in your life is using whatever resources you have to keep moving forward. And at the same time, you can see how things will last. So how will certain things serve you in the long run? And you're also willing to wait things out. Others might see you as rigid and as stern, but perhaps in your eyes, you know what you want and you are willing to work as hard as you possibly can so that you can achieve what you want. If you have an Aquarius rising, well, this means your life path is associated with things like the future, observations, detachment, abnormalities, disruptions, sudden changes, unexpected events, alliances, breakthroughs, rebellion, and revolutions. You meet life by seeking to challenge it and change it. And you see the world through a lens of community and individuality at the same time. So wanting to be a part of something bigger than yourself whilst also wanting to be a unique individual. So let's say, for example, your chart ruler, Saturn, is in Taurus in the 4th house. You're going to build upon a comforting and stable foundation within your home. You might even earn money at home. Perhaps a major theme in your life is to feel at ease within your living situation and to seek inner security as well. Maybe living with people who make you feel safe is very important to you. But then let's say your other chart ruler, Uranus, is in Aquarius in the 1st house. You can come across as eccentric and as different. You might change your appearance often, or you might possess a free-spirited attitude towards life. This Uranus energy being mixed with the Saturn in Taurus suggests a major theme in your life is going where the wind takes you, whilst also remaining firm on the ground when you set up a base. You have this considerate attitude towards all of those around you, but at home, you might love to just get creative and to be artistic. Others might see you as somewhat unusual or as someone who's pretty out there. But really, in your mind, they don't understand what they don't know. And lastly, if you have a Pisces rising, well, this means your life path is associated with things like imagination, dreams, compassion, healing, dissolving, merging, spirituality, going with the flow, creativity, and mystery. You meet life by mirroring it and seeing the world through a lens of so many possibilities. You dream and you visualize and you imagine, and you never tie yourself down to just one thing. So let's say, for example, your chart ruler Jupiter is in Scorpio in the 9th house. You're going to possess a philosophical mind as you question the meaning of life, the meaning of existence. You might go through many existential crises, which can feel very intense at times. And perhaps a major theme in your life is feeling that you must defend yourself against other people's judgments of you. Perhaps you are searching for deeper and more meaningful connections with people. Or perhaps you have a deep interest in the occult. But then, let's say your other chart ruler, Neptune, is in Capricorn in the 11th house. You might find that friends come and go, you drift in and out of groups, and it's challenging to commit yourself to a particular group for long. Maybe you gravitate towards groups who are dreamy or spiritual, or towards groups who take substances, okay? This energy mixed with your Jupiter in Scorpio suggests a major theme in your life is experiencing major philosophical shifts based on the types of people you associate yourself with. You firmly hold onto a particular belief due to the emotional response that you have to those beliefs, but once your social circles change, your beliefs might change as well. Others might see you as gullible or as delusional, but in your eyes, you are an ever-changing soul here to live life to the fullest. Okay then, Cosmic Warriors, so that concludes my video all about the chart rulers. So we looked at how to find the chart ruler, and then we also looked at each of the rising signs. So looking at the life path of each of the rising signs whilst providing some chart ruler examples. I do hope that you found this video to be concise and easy to understand, and essentially I hope that this updated version was helpful to you. Though of course, if you do have any thoughts and opinions, then please let us know in the comment section down below. But with all that being said, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And of course, if you would like to see more videos from myself and you have not yet subscribed, then make sure that you click that subscribe button to keep updated with further videos. And also give this video a like if you did like it today. And I will be back with another video very, very soon. Bye!